Zach Life beat depression. It's day 804 and we're back for more of round 2 of technical difficulties. Hopefully this is coming through loud and clear on the live stream. We were having some problems. I had to reset the whole system out here, and hopefully we stay stable. I don't know what's going on right now, but so far so good. Let's start this thing over again. I want to shout out gratitude section first, that first powerful mental health tool. Shout out gratitude, the first one in for the second time. Lisa the Luminary, thank you so much for being here. Gratitude's powerful tool. Make sure you are focusing or asking yourself that question, what you have to be grateful for today. That'll help put you in that positive mindset. And second powerful mental health tool, keeping track of the number of days that you show up for yourself. 804 days is the number of days that I have successfully trained consecutively. It also happens to be the number of days that I have had 0 suicidal ideation and 0 debilitation, which is something that I struggled with when I was diagnosed with clinical depression over 804 days ago. So this number can be very, very powerful in your life if you do keep track of that progress. Every single step forward counts, so please do count those steps. That being said, we got the gratitude out of the way, we got the progress tracking tool done. Now let's talk about today's lesson, and go ahead and think about your gratitude section. And if you've got a number, if you're putting in that progress out there, share it with others. It's one of the best ways we can improve our environment and help improve our life experience and the life experience of others. So let's talk about the lesson. Let's get back on track. Today we're going to be working from Muay Thai stance as usual, and we're going to be doing some drilling with our guard. We're going to work on defense and checking those kicks, and we're going to work on some mobility drills as we get into the session today. We'll still work those fundamentals, the jab and cross, but I want to get you guys hip mobility up and a little more active hip flexors in there, make you a little more defensively prepared for the world around you, as well as you can add these in to your training routine. If you're practicing those roundhouse kicks, checks are a good way to open up that hip before you toss the kick. So bringing that knee up to the inside of the elbow and then throwing that roundhouse will help open up that hip and make it easier to flow through those movements. So we're going to be working on checking kicks, and we're going to do it as we're moving forwards and backwards, because in training in here in a controlled environment, we might be able to stay in one place, but if you ever do pursue that passion of Muay Thai and start advancing, usually you're not going to be able to stand there and do everything you want to do. The other person's going to move around, your target's going to move around, and you're going to have to adapt. So we want to get used to moving as we check kicks. So we're going to start turning those checks into stepping drill, moving closer and further away from our target, i.e. the depression dummy. Remember, visualize that target, make it a form, and assign it the name of the thing you want to work on so we can keep that focus on mental health. If you're working through depression or anxiety, label that dummy the depression dummy or the anxiety dummy. And that way we can consciously acknowledge what we subconsciously do every day, which is knock those lies out that depression and anxiety try to sell us. Lies like we're not capable of, or we're too heavy to get out of bed, or we don't deserve to do this or that. We're going to do what we came here to do every single day in the face of anything that's trying to stop us, and keep track of that progress so we can knock those lies out. Now, consciously acknowledging that what we are doing is knocking out that debilitation is a good way to reinforce that true belief that we are stronger than those things trying to stop us. Thank you to Slayer Ken. Shout out to Slayer Ken for sharing your days at 412 days of progress. Congratulations. Well done. Keep up the great work. Keep on going. You're inspiring me to keep going. Add an inspiration to my journey, and hopefully we can all do that for each other by keeping track and sharing that number. All right, so let's get into the lesson. Muay Thai stance, nice and balanced, guard high by the brow line, square position here. And as you know, we shift our weight from the front foot to the back foot, keeping our knees slightly bent and the weight on the balls of those feet. Now, when we go to check a kick, we want to bring the knee up to the inside of that elbow. Now, we don't want to crouch down and curl up. We want to be able to stay nice and upright with the chin tucked, hips curled, right? Knees bent, we're nice and balanced. We want to stay nice and upright and just bring that knee up. Boom. Knee up to the inside of the elbow. If you can't get that knee up to the inside of the elbow right now, don't worry about it. Over time, you'll get more and more flexibility. You can do some stretching exercises to help with that as well. But in the meantime, if that knee doesn't go all the way up, just bring it halfway up. Bring it up as high as you can. The ideal location is going to be on the inside of that elbow so that we can properly check kicks. We have this whole defensive area here from our head all the way down to the bottom of the body. And we can check those kicks with the largest part of our shin bone. That way, if someone is throwing a roundhouse kick at us, right, it's coming across, boom, they're aiming to land on their shin. It's usually going to land lower on their shin than where we are blocking it with our shin. So we're going to have, it's a tongue twister. So we're going to have a larger bone contacting a smaller bone, and then we're going to be able to angle into it and absorb that impact, right? Like our leg's going to act as suspension to absorb that impact, and it's going to do more damage to the person attacking than it is the person being attacked. So it's still going to hurt, but way less than it's going to hurt them. So that's why we're working on those kick checks today. Shout out to Gail McSween, thank you for being here, and Dialvante, thank you so much for the support. Appreciate you guys and girls out there. So from our square Muay Thai position, start by practicing bringing that knee up to the inside of the elbow and angling the body a bit in the direction of that incoming kick. So we want to oppose that kick with that broad side of the shin and kind of turn into it, and that way we can deflect properly. Now, a good way to open up these hips as well is some mobility hip exercises. What I want you guys to do is bring that lead knee up straight and then turn it out and step it back down. Now we're going to bring the opposite one up straight, turn it out, and step it back down. And we're going to do this in place at first, right? One, boom. Two, boom. Three, boom. And if you can, bring it all the way up to the inside of the elbow. Go as slow as you need. Do not rush the process. Focus on balance. Focus on staying balanced, staying upright, and not cheating by pulling your head down like this. You can block like that, but it's really going to take away from your balance and your form. So practice staying upright. We're going to move those hips around, and then we're going to start advancing and retreating while checking those kicks. We'll also throw some fundamentals in there. And that's all going to happen during our 3 rounds of progress and success for today. We're going to have 3 minutes each round, 1 minute breaks in between it, catch your breath and check in on yourself. And aside from the kick checks, we're also going to toss a couple fundamentals in there and show you when, after the jab, after the punch, you could be set up to block those kicks on either side. We might, if we have time, get into a little bit of a defensive Muay Thai position, and I'll show you how you can block kicks on both sides with the same leg, which comes in handy if you have to think quick. You could just mix up that defensive strategy. It really throws off your opponent. So it's a super valuable tool out here. Shout out as well to Boxia Italy. Thank you, Italy. Boxia Italy. Thank you for joining. Appreciate your support. Make sure you guys have water out there. You're catching your breath. Breathing in the nose, out the mouth with those strikes. And let's get it going. And because we had technical difficulties, just want a heads up. Shout out to Jaisu and everybody out there who's been supporting the cause. Had an awesome time at the class yesterday. It's an amazing facility. If you get a chance to visit New Jersey and you're in the Lyndhurst or North Arlington area, check out Jaisu. It's an awesome place to train. People are friendly, environment's clean, and everything went really well. It was a really good workout and a great experience all around. So shout out to Jaisu and to Brian Manzali out there doing classes on Mondays and Thursdays from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into our daily goal accomplishment for today. That's a good one. We'll leave it there. Hey. All right, square up with that visualized target. Pop in your Muay Thai stance. And we're going to start with those hip mobility drills like I was talking about earlier. In our first round, visualize that opponent, square up the hips and shoulders with them. From your Muay Thai stance, we're going to start by bringing that lead leg up to the inside of the elbow, right, without crunching all the way down on the upper body. Just bring that lead knee up and then place it back down. You can go nice and slow for this at first, and again, go as high as you can. If this is it, bring it there and then put it back down. But we want to focus on staying balanced. Keep the chin tucked, that helps with balance, and keep moving forwards and backwards in between the instruction. Get close to the camera, get further away from the camera, but stay in that pace. Remember, when you're moving forwards, move that front foot forwards first, the rear foot follows. We never bring our feet together when we're training, when we're doing those drills. This is the muscle memory we want. We want to be able to move like a fighter, so we're armed and ready to attack or defend at any time without losing that balance. All right, bring that lead knee up to the inside of the elbow and then back down. Lead knee up to the inside of the elbow. Boom. And back down. Now we're going to start angling a little bit with that and simulating that check, that kick check for an incoming roundhouse. Lead knee comes up to the inside of the elbow. We angle the body. And then we put it back down in front of us, back into our Muay Thai position. Keep it moving, keep that pace going. Or you can speed it up or slow it down. Remember to give yourself a challenge to your skill level. Lead knee up, boom, out and down. Now what we're doing is we're bringing it up, we're bringing it out, we're putting it down. We're not bringing it back to that square or straight position. Now, back to stance. Muay Thai position, keep that body weight moving, shifting from front foot to back foot. Lead knee comes up, boom, angle the body, place the lead knee down, lead leg down, and back to stance. Keep it moving. You can roll those hands, keep that defense nice and tight. Toss a couple 1-2s in there. 1-2, back to stance. Lead knee comes up, angle it, put it down. Now we're gonna do with the trail knee. Trail knee comes up and back down. Trail knee comes up, angle it, back down. Trail knee up, angle it, back down, back to stance. Let's start working those mobility drills in. So we're gonna bring that lead knee up. We're gonna turn it out, place it down, and as soon as it plants, we're gonna bring the trail knee up. Turn it out and place it down. Lead knee up, turn it out, place it down. Trail knee up, turn it out, place it down. Now like I said, if you can't bring it all the way up to the inside of the elbow, just bring it up as far as you can and work on over time getting it higher and higher and higher. And there we go. We're opening up that hip flexor, open up that hip mobility, bring up the center line, turn, and maintain balance. Up, turn, back, up, turn, back, maintaining balance. Shake out those arms, shake out that lactic acid. That's the end of round 1. Catch your breath, drink some water, and let's keep it going. We've got 50 seconds before the next round. We're gonna start making forwards and backwards momentum part of those kick check drills, and we'll toss some jabs and crosses in there as well as we move around and become more mobile, more capable of both offense and defense. Remember, it's always important to continue to challenge yourself to grow. And it doesn't always have to be the intensity that you're using to challenge yourself. It can be the technicality of the training that you're using. The coolest thing about martial arts is there's unlimited room for growth. There's unlimited potential for progress and success. It's really up to you on how much you want to learn and how prepared you want to be for that world around you. We got 9 seconds and we're going to pop back into it. Stay nice and loose. Swing those arms. Woo! Shake them out if you're feeling the burn. And back to stance, back to Muay Thai position. Squared up hips, squared up shoulders. We're shifting that weight from the front to the back, keeping the chin nice and tucked. And we're talking about moving while checking. So we're gonna start to check again, that hip mobility drill. We're gonna bring the knee up, we're gonna turn it out, place it down. Bring the opposite knee up, turn it out, place it down. Notice your hips are rotating through as we turn to block those kicks, so we can use that rotation to take a step. Plant it down and take a step forwards. Boom. Take a step forwards into the opposite stance. Bring that knee up, turn it out, plant it down, and take a step forwards into the opposite stance. Again, switching from southpaw to orthodox, creating this forward momentum. Bring that lead leg up, turn it out, plant, switch stance. Lead leg up, turn it out, plant, switch stance. Lead leg up, turn it out, plant, switch stance, and now we've got forwards momentum going. Now let's do the same thing with rearward momentum. We're going to start with the rear leg. We're going to bring that knee straight up the center line, boom, turn it out, plant it behind us, and then we're going to bring the lead leg up as we shift our weight onto that back foot. Lead leg comes up, turn it out, plant it down a little bit towards the rear, a little bit further behind, and we're going to step back, boom, into the next check. As soon as that knee plants, as soon as that foot plants, we're going to bring that rear leg up, turn it out, put it down, front leg up, turn it out, put it down, lead leg up, turn and place, rear leg up, turn and place, up, turn, place, up, turn, place. And now we've got kick checks there, right? We're working that defense, and we're creating that rearwards momentum. We're moving backwards with those strikes. Let's switch it around. Once you got a nice distance behind you, let's start bringing them back forwards. Rear leg comes up from the side, turn forward, step into opposite stance. Rear leg is now the opposite side, bring it up, step forwards, boom, opposite stance, bring it up, step forwards, opposite stance, up, step forwards, opposite stance. Stay in balance the whole time. Keep that chin tucked, head on the center line. Shout out to Claire for being there. Appreciate you, Claire. Back to stance, let's keep that motion going. Lead leg comes up, turn out, plant. Rear leg comes up, turn out, plant. You can plant it forwards too. You can create this momentum either way. Rear leg comes up, turns, plant. Rear leg up, turn, plant. Rear leg up, turn, plant. And create that forwards and backwards momentum. Let's reverse it. Rear leg goes up, out, back, and start making it a walking drill. Now we're walking and checking at the same time. Woo! Well done. You might be feeling that burn in here. Might be feeling that pull. Over time, it'll become easier and easier and more fluid to move those hips and properly defend. The more we practice, that's where progress comes from. Shout out to Watasha. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you out there. And Claire said she's here alone, here without Luca. Well, we'll catch Luca next time, hopefully. I hope he's feeling all right out there. And I'm happy you're here, Claire. Thank you for being here. We got 28 seconds. We're gonna pop into the final round. We're gonna start to make that as fluid as possible. So I just want you to focus on those checks, making sure you maintain balance as you move forwards and backwards. Yo, my man from Watasha. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. We gotta hit karaoke one day before I'm gone from Jersey. Let me know where you're at, if you're still on the East Coast. So, there it is, bam. We are in round 3. Square up with your Muay Thai depression dummy. Step forwards into a jab cross. Whoos, whoos. And now what I want you to do is start checking kicks as you advance. So go ahead, bring rear or front up. Turn through those hips, right? Check the kick. Turn forwards. Check the kick. Turn forwards. Check the kick. Turn forwards. Boom. Jab cross. And back to stance. Now we're going to do it moving backwards. Check the kick. Step back. Check the kick. Boom. There's the check. Step back. Check the kick. Bang. Step back. Check it. And back. Check. Back. And then jab cross. Boom. Make it fluid. Get that movement in and move at your pace. Let's do it together. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Jab cross. Keeping that guard high. Squared up. Chin tucked. Let's work our way backwards. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Jab cross. And now forwards. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Jab cross. Back to stance. Square up. We're moving backwards. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. 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 Back to stance. Jab cross. Guard tight the whole time. Work those checks into your movement. Check. Boom. Step. Check. Boom. Step. Check. Boom. Step. Check. Boom. Step. Jab cross. Square up. Chin tuck. Guard high by the brow line. Let's work it backwards. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Check. Step. Make it fluid. Work on that fluidity. Just smooth it out. You can go as slow or fast that is comfortable for you. Just keep on moving. Keep on bringing in that challenge. Boom. 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 Jab cross. Pop. Pop. Back to stance. And backwards momentum. Boom. 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 And jab cross. Square it up. Keep it nice and tight. Chin tucked. Eyes on the opponent at all times. Step forwards with the checks. Check. Step. Jab cross. Now we're going to check the rear kick. Check. Step. Jab cross from southpaw. We're going to check that rear kick again. Check. Step. Jab cross. Check. Step in. Right into the jab. Rotate for the cross. We can make it more interesting. Make it more challenging for yourself. Let's work on that backward momentum. Check. Step and jab. Cross. check on the opposite side, boom, step, jab, cross, and there's the end of round 3. Hopefully you're finding room to grow, room to improve, and you can use those hip mobility drills, right, to improve your defensive and your offensive skills as you continue to grow forwards every single day, making that progress. Remember to give yourself credit for that progress. I can promise you it will add up into more and more self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-validation. It has been working for me for the last 804 days. It's kept me debilitation-free, suicidal ideation-free, and it's doing a lot of good for a lot of other people out there as well. So please do let them know. Let them know what works for you. That way they can find what works for them, and we can all help each other in this forward momentum towards better mental health for everybody. Until next time, I'll catch you guys and girls same side time, same side channel, same side life. Sack man out.